Oh, wow, such beautiful faces. Okay. Let me set the scene for you all. There I was, up before the sun, crawling through traffic, with a vanilla espresso in hand and a podcast about being more disciplined playing in the background. I was on my way to my dream job I had worked so hard to get, with my inbox full and my to-do list never ending. I should have felt accomplished, but instead I felt stuck. It wasn't burnout, I wasn't unhappy, but something was missing. Somewhere along the way, the excitement of solving problems at work had faded, and I wasn't thinking about what could be next in my personal life, and that realization hit me hard. Because I've always been someone who likes to dream big, to try new things, and to push boundaries. But in the middle of building my career, managing responsibilities, and following that right path, I had stopped asking questions that once made life exciting. Questions like, what if and why not? And I'm not alone. A 2022 study by the Hungarian Research Network stated that 85% of adults feel less imaginative now than when they were younger. We lose the very thing that makes life exciting and full of possibilities. And I call this the curiosity gap. Now, this gap, it isn't just a personal challenge, it's a universal one. Because as kids, we question everything. We explore, we experiment, we imagine without limitations. But as adults, we prioritize certainty over wonder, trading possibility for efficiency. And you know what else I've noticed? We spend so much time overthinking about it, about how to get more done with less time and monetize every part of our day and every skill that we have. But what if we flip that? Instead of constantly asking, how can we make life more efficient, we should be asking, how can we make life more fulfilling? Because let's be real, no one looks back and brags about how efficient they were. They remember the ideas that excited them, the moments that brought them joy, and those experiences that made them feel alive. When we stop imagining, we stop creating those moments. Study after study shows that it's fulfillment, not speed, that brings longevity and gives that richness to our lives. One of my favorite findings comes from the Harvard study on adult development. It's one of the longest running studies on happiness in the world. For over 85 years, researchers tracked participants to see what really contributed to a good life. And the answer? It wasn't status, wealth, or productivity. It was connection, presence, and our purpose. The people who felt most satisfied with their life weren't the busiest. They were the most engaged with what mattered. So here's a question for you. When was the last time you thought about fulfillment in your life? For me, it started with a quiet moment I really didn't plan. So one morning, I was in my kitchen, shaking my pre-workout, getting ready to try this new Pilates class. Don't know why I did that. And I happened to look out the window. The sky was this beautiful shade of light blue and orange. And I thought to myself, when was the last time I noticed the sunrise? I didn't do anything groundbreaking that day. Just let myself wonder about where I was and what I wanted. And not in that goal-setting, achievement kind of way, but more so in the hipster, what's out there waiting for me kind of way. With that one moment of openness, of stillness, it was the spark. I started creating moments like that every day. Sometimes I'd read, sometimes I'd write, other times I just let my mind drift. The goal wasn't to get anything accomplished. It was just to give myself permission to be here again. Ideas came back. Energy, it started coming back. Imagine applying that type of thinking to your daily life. Instead of optimizing for speed, optimize for impact. Instead of trying to be more productive, focus on being more present. Because that's where fulfillment lives. Not in how quickly you get through life, but in how fully you experience it. So following that, how do we get this mindset back? Because we've already said we've had it before when we were younger. I have 3 tips for you all, because 5 just seemed like overkill. Tip 1, ask one what-if question every day. At work, instead of going through the motions, ask, what if we try this a different way? In your personal life, ask, what if I made a change to my routine? Maybe it's trying a different recipe for Tuesday dinner that doesn't have anything to do with tacos. Revolutionary. Changing your route home, or trying that new hobby that you keep putting off. I hear pickleball's all the rage these days. Just give your life a plot twist. Tip 2, surround yourself with people who think differently. Some of the best ideas come when we engage with people outside of our usual circle. Whether it's a colleague in a different department or a friend from a completely different walk of life. New ideas come from fresh conversations. And tip 3, make space for play. Our greatest energy in understanding what really matters to us and what truly engages us doesn't come when we're forcing ourselves to. It comes when we're relaxed and having fun. So whether you're writing, painting, trying a different hobby, or honestly, I think we all just need to go outside and start touching grass more. Play creates space for imagination. At first, these changes may seem too small. At least to me, they did. Adjusting my mornings, asking different questions, challenging the way I approach my work. But what started as an experiment became a shift in how I live my life. I stopped waiting for inspiration to come and started creating space for it. Work was no longer something to get through, it became something to contribute to. My relationships, they were no longer just a check on the checklist. They became richer, deeper, and dare I say, even more wonderful. My challenge to us is this. The next time we catch ourselves overthinking about how to be more efficient, stop. Instead, ask, what if we could make this more fulfilling? Because the most important what-if question you will ask yourself isn't about your productivity and everything about your possibility. Thank you.